Good morning, scholars. I'm so excited to go on today's virtual field trip with you all. Here are some clues to see if you can try and guess where we are going. We are going somewhere that has a queen, a clock, and lots of tea. In order to get ready, I have set up a little tea party. So let's pour ourselves a glass. Then I'll have a little yogurt parfait and some sandwiches. Let's get started. Let's see if you were able to guess. We are going to start our journey at Equitas Academy number 3, our school in the United States. Here we have our planet Earth. Let's start zooming in and find our school, which should be right over here. We will be traveling in an airplane for 10.5 hours. So grab your blanket, some snacks, and a pillow, because that's a long time to travel in a plane. We'll be going to the other side of our planet Earth, to the United Kingdom. Let's zoom in. Can you see where we're going? We're in England, getting closer. We're going to London. I'm so excited to travel to London with you all. Let's take a look at what we will be learning today. We'll start our journey at Buckingham Palace, then we'll visit Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament, we'll ride the London Eye, and we'll finish by completing our math and writing assignments to turn into our dojo portfolio. Let's take a look at our adventure on the map as well. Like I said, we will begin at Buckingham Palace. Then we're going to walk a little bit to visit Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament, which will be right here. There it is. Oh, there it is. And then we will finish by crossing the bridge and going to the London Eye. So let's get started. Today I added the writing assignment in the front just so that you can keep in mind what you will be asked to write as you're watching the video. That way, you can take notes along the way to then help you write your detailed sentences. Let's read the prompt. It says, write 3 to 5 sentences comparing and contrasting London to the United States. You may have noticed this post-it in the beginning. It has the 2 words we will be working with today, compare and contrast. When we compare and contrast, that means we compare by looking at what is the same and contrast by looking at what is different. Here are some key words that you may add in your writing. When you're comparing, you may say, London and the United States both have blank. Another example, when you're contrasting, you may write, in the United States, you can find blank. However, in London, you find something different. Those are just some examples of how you may use your keywords in your sentences. Now that you know that that's what you will be writing, take some notes along the way to make it easier at the end. We've arrived at Buckingham Palace. In the United States, our leader is called a president. A president can rule up to or serve up to 2 terms. Everyone say term. A presidential term lasts 4 years. That means our president, once he becomes elected, will serve as president for 4 years. You have the option to be re-elected. Remember the prefix re. What does it mean? That's right, again. That means he can be elected again or chosen again to serve another 4-year term. So 4 plus 4 is 8. After that, the president can no longer run again and we'll get a new president. So one president can only serve for up to 8 years. However, in England and the United Kingdom, our queen can serve for her entire lifetime. As long as they're alive, they will continue to be the leaders of the United Kingdom. This is Queen Elizabeth II. She is the current queen of the United Kingdom and is 94 years old. The president in the United States lives in the White House, and the Queen of the United Kingdom lives in Buckingham Palace, which is found in London. Let's take a look at Buckingham Palace. Welcome to Buckingham Palace. Wow, it's very beautiful with the red carpet. This is the grand entrance where the Queen greets her state visitors. Greets means she's welcoming them. The Green Drawing Room was originally the Duchess of Buckingham's saloon. Notice how the furniture and the wallpaper are green. You'll notice that many rooms have different colors. This is the picture gallery. It includes some of the finest paintings in the royal collection. Here, this is the white drawing room, where the Queen hosts receptions. This is actually a door that the Queen opens to enter the white drawing room. It's so cool because it looks like a dresser. Notice now the wallpaper is white. Oh, here it is. The mirror opens for the Queen. If you look up, the glass chandelier, which is this one, has been there since the 1800s. Welcome to the ballroom, where knighthoods and state banquets happen. The Queen can declare somebody a knight. Now, interesting. What are some things that you're noticing? The end. Wow, that is such a beautiful tour, and that was only a little piece of it. In Buckingham Palace, there are 775 rooms. Of those rooms, 188 of them are bedrooms just for the staff, and there are 78 bathrooms. In front of Buckingham Palace, you have guards. To guard means that you keep watch in order to protect. Sometimes I can use the word guard when I'm asking you to watch and protect something. For example, I could say, I will be right back. Can you guard my tea and make sure it doesn't spill on my computer? That means I'm asking you to just watch it and protect it and make sure nothing happens to it. It can be used as a verb, but it could also be a noun. That means it could be a person. A guard, these are the guards. That is someone whose job is to keep watch in order to protect and keep something away from a harm. These guards will be in front of Buckingham Palace to protect the Queen and make sure that there's no harm coming her way. During the month of June and July, every single day at 11 a.m., there is something called the Changing of the Guards. It is a 45-minute show where you have the old guard and the new guard meeting each other. The new guard picks up the key to the palace that the old guard gives him. They'll tell each other any news or any updates, and then they switch. The old guard gets to go home, and the new guard starts his turn to guard Buckingham Palace. We're going to watch a bit of this amazing show. People usually make sure to get here early because you'll notice there are a lot of people watching the changing of the guard. We get to be and this one right here, and how you can contrast it to maybe a security guard that you would see in the United States. Now the old and new guard will exchange information, hand over the keys to the palace. That was so entertaining. I'm glad that we got to see this ceremony. Now we're going to go visit Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Big Ben is just the name of the bell, but some people will refer to the entire clock tower as Big Ben. And then right next to it is the Houses of Parliament. This is a picture that I took. This is my mom and my dad. In my culture, so my parents are from Mexico, we celebrate something called a quinceañera. And when a girl turns 15, usually you will celebrate with a party and everyone comes and celebrates that you've turned 15 years old. However, when I turned 15, we went on a trip to London, and it was me, my mom, and my dad, and I just wanted to share this photo. Maybe some of you will get to travel London as well, and I would love to receive photos of you. I hope that you get to visit some of these places. So let's get ready to climb the 334 steps. Whoa, that's going to be a lot of steps. If you need to stop the video, that means pause it and take a break, go ahead and come back when you're ready. We have a lot of walking to do. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
More stairs.
Indeed. Who'd have thought it?
152. How high are we going?
Well, 334 steps altogether. But first, take a peek at the inside of the clock face.
Wow, it's so big.
It's huge, 23 feet across, more than 100,000 times the size of a pound coin. Plus, there are 312 pieces of white glass that make up each face. And on the wall behind you,
Hey, look at all those light bulbs.
those are the light bulbs that illuminate the face at night. Before light bulbs, there were gas lamps, and someone had to light them every night and make sure they stayed lit through the night. Why don't you walk around and look at all the faces? People seem to forget that the clock has 4 faces. And now, may I present the Great Clock.
Wow. It's so quiet.
Yes, it is. Surprisingly quiet. A tick every other second. You can see the going train, the chiming train, the striking train, and of course the amazing escapement. See that? That's the escapement and the pendulum, with its famous pennies. They keep the pendulum swinging in correct time. The clock keeper removes pennies to slow down the pendulum, or adds them to speed it up.
Hey, so when are we going to see Big Ben?
How about now? 331, 32, 33, 34, ta-da! You're in the belfry.
Wow, is that Big Ben?
Yep, that is Big Ben. All 13.5 tons of him. Put your ear protectors on and wait for the chime to start. While we're waiting, let me tell you a few facts. Big Ben weighs about the same as an elephant. Nobody knows for sure how he got his name. He was either named after Benjamin Count, a famous bare-knuckle boxer at the time, or Sir Benjamin Hall, who was Commissioner of Works when he was cast. He only chimes on the hour. That's 156 times a day. In the past 150 years, he has chimed more than 8 million times. And just when you think it's never going to chime, Then, all of a sudden, it's finished. What did you think?
Wow!
And that is Big Ben striking 12 noon.
332, 331.
And
I'm going to go back down. So if it was 1 o'clock, how many times would it chime? All right, now we are going to visit. Oh no, we're going to keep looking now inside of the Houses of Parliament. We're comparing and contrasting the United States Congress and the United Kingdom Parliament. So this is the House of Congress. It looks a little bit like the White House, but what makes it different is that it has a dome shape on top, whereas the White House does not. In the House of Congress, you will have the Senate and the House of Representatives meet to talk about new laws, to propose or to plan for our country in the United States. Laws are like rules for people to follow so that we can be safe or help other people. So in the United Kingdom, you have the House of Commons and the House of Lords meet at the Houses of Parliament. They are the same because they're both talking about what are some rules, some laws that we can come up to help make our communities better and our citizens happier. This is what the House of Commons and House of Lords representatives look like inside the Houses of Parliament. And then this is what they look like, the Senate and the House of Representatives in the Congress. You can tell that this picture is showing the United States because of the flag. Let's take a look inside the Houses of Parliament. Here we go. Lots of different artwork. This is where they sit. These are tour guides. So if you ever visit, they'll give you lots of information and facts about the paintings, the statues, what sort of things they discuss when they meet. Some tea during their afternoon, just like us. There's the London Eye where we will ride next. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's take one last sip of our tea. And let's make our way to the London Eye. This is my mom, a picture I took of her as we were riding, and this is my view from the pod. Right now you'll get to see what that looks like. And just a little fact before we ride, the London Eye was built to celebrate the end or the beginning of a new millennium. Everyone say millennium. That means it's 1,000 years. So every time 1,000 years passes by, that is a millennium. So this opened on December 31st, 1999, and they got permission to be open for 25 years. That means in 2025, we may or may not still have the London Eye. There are 32 capsules in the London Eye. Those are these little pods. They created 32 to represent the 32 London boroughs. Everyone say borough. That's a word for like a town. So you'll notice that there are 32 of these towns, boroughs in London. We can compare and contrast this to the United States, as our flag has 50 stars to represent the 50 states. Our 13 stripes also represent the first 13 colonies. All right, let's get ready to ride. You'll get to see us entering the pod right now. These are the pods, the
25
capsules.
guests at a time line up to board the capsules for a 30-minute ride. Interactive guides built into the capsule walls will identify what you're seeing on the horizon. The ride is so smooth you hardly feel like you're moving. But once you reach the top, well, let's just say the view is unbeatable. With the iconic skyline of London laid out before you, it's not uncommon to feel like you're on top of the world. Big Ben and the Palace of Westminster, St. Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Abbey, and so many more of London's classic buildings are laid out in front of you, just begging to be explored. But for now, just enjoy the moment. Watch your step as you disembark and
It
exit
never
through the
stops.
gift shop.
I hope you had fun on the London Eye. It took 7 years for them to build it. All right, now that we are done with our journey through London, you may stop this video and complete your writing. Remember to write in complete sentences, 3 to 5 sentences comparing and contrasting London to the United States. When you're done, take a picture and turn it into your Dojo portfolio, and then come back so we can do our math. All right, welcome back. This is our math assignment. There are 7 pods getting filled with people. If each pod has 6 people inside, how many people are riding the pods all together? Again, go ahead and make a mind movie. There are 7 pods getting filled with people inside. Each pod has 6 people inside. How many people are riding the pods all together? Make sure you're showing your work to solve. Please stop the video, complete your assignment, and turn it into your class dojo. All right, thank you so much for spending this morning with me. I hope that you had a lot of fun exploring London. I know I did, and I miss you all so much.